So yesterday, the division officer referred this case to us and we have a lead.
Follow up the lead and get back to me.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Good morning, Senior Investigation Officer Brian Ang speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, sir. This is Ki Kong Huat. Do you remember me?
Ki Kong Huat? You were involved in the Vice case in 2018. How can I help you?
I received a letter for an unpaid utility bill. But this is not for my flat. It's for an apartment at Express Condominium. I think someone used my IC to rent it for Vice activity, like how I did before.
Okay. Please send me a copy of your utilities bill. I will check it out for you. Okay, thank you. Diana, get the team together. I just got a tip-off about some possible Vice activities happening at Express Condominium. We need to carry out a surveillance operation.
The guy in the blue jacket just left the unit and is taking the lift down.
It's the fourth guy we have seen in the last 2 hours.
And the MO is always the same.
Loitering around the entrance and checking their phone. And then send a message.
After that, they wait for a reply before identifying themselves on the intercom and getting buzzed in. There's another one now.
I think we have seen enough. It's time to take action. Be on standby. We will raid the unit while the last guy is leaving.
哇，哎，美女，数一下。
再见了，帅哥，下次记得再来哦。
我会再来的，拜拜。
Police! Sir, sit! I'm SIO Brian. Diana, bring us search the room.
Yes, sir. Your 你的护照在哪里？荣雪花，是你？是。这些东西是你的。
警察，东西放下来。你的护照呢？
你是凤飘飘？
是。
这些东西是你的吗？
是。
好，跟我走。
There's no one else around, but there's the usual items: condoms, KY jelly.
You are both under arrest for offences under Women's Charter. Diana, Yvonne, escort them to the room and change and bring them back. Mr. Pang, Ashraf will take your statement right now. How did he find out about the services?
From Mr. Pang's statement, he saw her advertisement from the group chat. He then called the number and was told to go to Express Condo apartment. Over there, he paid $150 to Shehua for sexual services.
你什么时候从中国来的？
我是大概2个星期前从中国来的。
如果你刚从中国来，你怎么知道这个公寓要出租？
在我来这里之前，我就已经在物色房间了。 我就是用那个什么 Say Message 搜索的，
Say message 是什么？
就是中国的一种多功能信息社交媒体、手机支付应用程序。然后我就在上面看见有新加坡人在出租一间房。
你从没问过这个人的姓名和电话号码？
我只有他的用户 ID， 然后这个 Say Message 上面并没有显示他的名字或是手机号码，我们只是互传语音信息罢了。
喂，你好，我想在新加坡找间房，你那儿还有房间吗？
有，我的房间靠近地铁和商场，要什么有什么。
那太好了，那我下星期就飞去新加坡。
你得先付定金，新币700，我把银行账号发给你，你把定金转了就行了。
喂，你好，我已经把钱转给你了。
收到了，到时候我会派人去接你。
为什么是700元？
他每天收我100元的房租，所以我想先租用1个星期。他确认之后，我就买了一张飞到新加坡的机票。当我抵达时，他在机场接我，然后送我到公寓去。
他把你带到公寓后，你还有没有再见到他？
没有，
你从没问过他的姓名？
没有。
那你是怎么付房租给他的？
我是通过一个叫做 Say Message 的应用程序支付房租的，但是所有的银行户头都在中国。
我需要你形容一下到机场接你那个人的样貌。
How did you go?
They don't know anything. They can't give a name, phone number, or Singapore bank account number.
So how did they communicate with the guy?
Everything was done via an app in China. It doesn't show their real names or phone numbers. I got them to describe the person they liaised with, but it's not much to go on. What about you?
Oh, well, I managed to contact the condo management who gave me the contact of the owner of the unit. Jasper Kwan, no prior records.
Get Mr. Jasper Kwang down for interview tomorrow. We will see what he has to say.
So my apartment was being used for prostitution?
Yes.
I really didn't know.
Do you bring your tenancy agreement?
I rented my apartment to a Ki Kong Huat.
Do you remember how your tenant looks like?
I think so.
Can you identify your tenant?
I don't recognize any of them.
So the person you rented and signed the tenancy agreement is not here?
Yeah, none of them are Kong Huat.
Mr. Kwang, did you check his IC when you signed the tenancy agreement?
Yes.
One of these photos is the same as your tenant's IC. So you are saying that you rented your apartment to someone who did not look the same as IC photo?
I didn't think too much about it. A lot of people don't look like their IC photos.
Do you have your tenant's contact number?
Yes.
Mr. Kwang, you are the owner of the unit. It's your responsibility for all activities that take place inside. You have to do your due diligence and checks before renting it to anyone.
So you see over here?
Hey guys, guess what? Jasper Kwang still has his tenant contact number, so we'll get Jasper to text him for a meeting.
The suspect probably knows the women have been arrested. Won't he be running scared?
It's worth a shot. He might not know that Jasper is helping us. We'll get Jasper to say that he knows that the apartment has been used for vice activities and that he's terminating the tenancy agreement. So the suspect must come back to collect his things or they will be thrown away.
And if the suspect believes Jasper, he'll return to the apartment.
Then we'll arrest him.
We arrested 2 women operating a brothel at the Express condominium. They rented 2 rooms from the suspect, who in turn rented the apartment from the owner. We have worked out a plan with the owner to inform the suspect to come to the apartment to collect his belongings.
Currently, we have 2 descriptions of the suspect. One from the women we arrested, and another from the owner. This probably means there are 2 perpetrators colluding in this case.
The woman's description is a Chinese man in his late 40s of average build and height, while the owner's description is a Chinese man in his late 20s or early 30s with glasses. We will lay an ambush for him at the Express condominium. Team A at the lobby, Team B at the staircase. Team C will stand by in the house because the owner already informed the suspect to be back at 3 p.m. today to collect his belongings.
We need to be prepared for whoever shows up at the apartment. As the owner does not want to expose himself, he will be with me at the staircase.
Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
So let's move out.
Possible suspect approaching the lift. He's entered the lift.
Yes, he's the one who rented the unit from me.
Target confirmed. Approaching the unit now.
I'm SIO Brian. Are you the registered tenant of this unit?
Yes.
Come in. Can I have your particulars? Li Tianci.
Yes.
You're under arrest for offences under Women's Charter. Cuff him. So you rented the apartment at Express condominium from Jasper Kwang
Yeah.
and sublet it to 2 women knowing it will be used for vice activities.
Yes.
You are Li Tianci. Then what name did you use when you signed a tenancy agreement with Jasper Kwang?
I think it's Gong Huat. Ki Gong Huat.
So you knowingly impersonated another person, used his IC to rent an apartment and sign up for utilities.
Yeah. But it wasn't my idea. It's Nelson. Really? Got so easy to make money, ah?
Of course. Step 1, find a cheap condo to rent. Step 2, find prostitutes to rent the rooms in the apartment. Step 3, sit back and collect rent.
But how much rent can we get out of it?
$100 a day a room. If we have 2 rooms, we'll be 1,004 within a week. After that, it's all profit.
Wow, that sounds really good, ah.
And you do know how to use same message to find the girls from China, right? Or you need Uncle Nelson to teach you.
Of course, I know how to find them.
When the prostitutes arrive in Singapore, I'll pick them up at the airport. All you need to do is find a cheap condo to rent.
But no matter how cheap the rent is, I don't have any money for the deposit.
Don't worry, Uncle Nelson will pass you the money first.
Okay, now I'll go to all the property websites to look for the condos that we can rent.
But listen, don't use your name to rent the apartments. Use someone else's name, so that if anything happens, you are not involved.
Don't worry, I'll use same message to find other people's IC photo to use. So I found a photo of an IC on same message chat group. The IC belonged to Ki Gong Huat. Then I collect the deposit from the prostitutes and then tell them the address. 你得先付定金，新币700。
那我该怎么付给你呢？
How did you collect the deposit from China?
我把银行账号发给你，你把定金转了就行了。I set up a bank account in China to send and receive funds from China.
喂，你好，我已经把钱转给你了。
好，收到了，到时候我会派人去接你。Then I rent the condo to the woman, $100 per room per day.
What was your cut?
After paying rental, I split the remaining profit with Nelson, half-half.
How many other apartment units have you rented?
Only one. We plan to try out for 1 month first. Then after that, we plan to do more. I mean, Nelson planned to do more. It's all his idea.
Do you know if Nelson rented any other apartment units? Or whether he has done this before?
I don't know. I've never asked him before.
Ashraf, what did you manage to find about Tian's accomplice?
Okay. His name is Nelson Ban, and he works as a taxi driver. No prior records. We got his particulars, including his home address, from the taxi company.
Sir. Based on police camera footage over the past few days, it appears Nelson has been coming home at around 5 p.m. every day after his shift.
We currently have eyes on him.
Subject spotted. Going up the lift. Roger, acknowledge. Proceeding there now. Nelson Ban is back.
Okay, let's go.
Yes?
I'm SIO Brian. Are you Nelson Ban?
Yes, why?
You are under arrest for offences under Women's Charter. Follow me. Cuff him. So you were working with Li Tianzi to rent an apartment at Express Condominium to facilitate vice activities?
Yes.
So tell me, what's your role in this scheme?
I was the one who came up with the idea and money to bankroll it.
Both Li Tianzi and Nelson Ban were convicted of living in part on the earnings of prostitution and were sentenced to 4 months imprisonment.
In 2019, the police arrested 119 persons for facilitating vice activities and more than 2,490 women for vice-related activities. Homeowners who rent out their properties are reminded to exercise due diligence and conduct regular checks on their tenants to prevent vice activities from happening on their premises. For HDB properties, the owners are to conduct regular checks and ensure that the tenants do not misuse the premise and create nuisance to the neighbours. More information can be found at this website below.
Homeowners or tenants who fail to exercise reasonable diligence or knowingly rent out their properties for vice activities may be prosecuted. If convicted, they can be fined up to $100,000 or jailed up to 5 years or both. Repeat offenders can be fined up to $150,000, jailed up to 7 years or both.
The police will continue to take tough enforcement action against vice-related offenders. We urge the community, including the security officers deployed at private residential estates, to provide the police with any vice-related information through the police hotline at 1-800-255-0000. You can also submit information online via Eyewitness at www.police.gov.sg/eyewitness or through our Police at SG application.
In the first half of 2020 alone, the police received more than 1,175 reports on social media impersonation scams, compared to only 83 cases in the same period in 2019. More than $2.7 million was cheated from victims. In the majority of these cases, the victims were tricked into disclosing their credit card information and their one-time password to scammers. These scammers would use spoofed or compromised social media accounts to impersonate as the victims' friends or followers on Facebook or Instagram. They would then ask the victims for personal details, such as their mobile number, internet banking details, and one-time password on the pretext of helping them to sign up for fake contests or promotions on Grab, Lazada, or Shopee. The victims would later discover that unauthorized transactions had been made from their bank accounts or mobile wallets. These unauthorized transactions often occurred on online platforms selling credits that could be used on a variety of online games. To avoid becoming a victim of such scams, here are some tips. Be wary of unexpected requests or offers from your friends and family on social media. Check that the social media account is legitimate by asking your family or friends in person. Never give out your personal details, bank account details, or one-time password to anyone, including family and friends. You can help stop scams by joining our Spot the Signs, Stop the Crimes movement. To seek advice, you may call the anti-scam helpline at 1-800-722-6688 or go to www.scamalert.sg.
We have come to the end of this episode of Crimewatch. I'm DSP James Goh. Until next time, do your part to prevent, deter, and detect crime.